Yo, Steve, what's up? Yo, what up? I already left. Perfect, we're all on time, aside from Nav.
It's New York City, man. This is the mecca of nightlife. Industry talk. Industry talk. Industry talk. This is industry talk. This is industry talk.
Live and direct, baby, on the ones and twos.
It's not talked about enough. The mental psyche of a DJ traveling alone. The bottle girls, the bus boys. What specifically can you take out of nightlife that will allow you to find a job later on in life? No,
industry.
Yeah, but it's something to talk about.
It matters. It really matters.
Those people are trying to put us on more than we're trying to put each other on. Networking. Boom. That was my answer. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.
And we out.
One.
There's not a shelf life to this game. There's just the shelf life that you set for yourself.
We here, man. Industry talk with Big Ben.
And I'm here with the Jason Experience.
We are here at Industry Talk.
This is Industry Talk.
It's the Kid Daytona, and I'm out here with the Jason Experience.
This isn't a pizza you put in the microwave at 3 minutes and you come back and it's ready. It takes time. It took me half a decade to just be relevant. Industry Talk, episode 7. Welcome to the Functional Jason Experience, Marty Rock, special edition roundtable. I just want to talk about the weekend a little bit. I started off Bobby Trend's Champagne Thursday, pretty successful event. Shout out to everybody that came out to that. It was a wild weekend, man. Really wild weekend for me. Friday, I stayed in New York. I was in New York on Friday. I'm honestly, so at this point, I don't know shit. Yeah, I was in New York Friday night. Saturday, I did this pool party in Jersey. Shout out to Juan for having me. Dope pool party. I'll be there next year again.
I'm coming
After
next
that,
time.
shout out to Ammo. We went out to Philly and we saw Noto, man. I love these new clubs. I love, not these new clubs, I love the bigger clubs that I don't have access to in New York. So DJs, I keep telling you this. If you guys have an opportunity to travel to one of these clubs, I will light your shit up for you. Trust me, I will make you look good. I have done it before, and I will continue to do so. So I'm trying to move through these cities, man. Hit me up, and I will light shit up for you. That being said, Sunday morning, I went to Oasis. Shout out to Errol. I want to say shout out to everybody that showed love, crazy love in Jersey, man. We're going to keep coming at you every single week. This Friday, we're at Barcode. I'm back in Jersey again. I won't be back in Jersey until Labor Day weekend, man. Labor Day weekend, I'm back in Jersey, back at Grand Oasis again. And we have a really cool concept
I'm at
Premiere
Premiere next month, so you're coming.
Well, you DJing.
Yeah, me and
Mr. Shortkutz is DJing.
Where? Premiere.
The Oasis, Labor Day weekend. We'll release all that information coming out, like the complete project and the complete idea of the party. That's September 1st. But the gap in between, I won't be in Jersey. So shout out to Jersey for the love. I'm back on my New York shit, though. Let's get it cracking. We got some New York DJs up here.
Shit.
A little bit.
That was an intro, man.
I don't even want to be here no more.
How you follow up that
Out
intro?
here.
How do you follow that?
Yeah, how do you follow that?
Well, we have plenty of time. We have plenty of time to get to it. I'm sure we have ample time to get to it. Now, we couldn't obviously do a bio on everybody, and everybody kind of knows who you guys are at this point. But I do want to give you guys the platform to start off the show. Introduce yourselves and tell me what music really did for you guys and what you guys would have been doing if not for music. We'll start with you, Marty, because, you know, you're my brother.
Oh, no, they don't know me by now.
We'll start it off. Kick it off, baby.
Marty Rock.
Hi, Marty.
I spin records. My name is Marty Rock, and I'm an alcoholic. Nah, I'm kidding. Music, pretty much always been a part of me. It got me through the roughest times of my life, and you know somebody pays me to play music, so I'm with the shits.
It's basically it, Mel. What about you? Talk to me.
Hi, my name is Mel Debarge. First of all, I'm really excited to be here.
Clap it up for Mel Debarge one time, man.
A lot of familiar faces. Shout out to my guy Vitali, who knows me since the age of time. I'm just Mel Debarge. I've been around for a while. It's a New York City DJ. I'm excited to be here. Next is Shortkutz.
No, what the music do for you? Can't skip the
I
question.
mean, I don't know. I haven't done anything else but DJ, so you gotta give me some time to think on that.
All right, Joe, kick it off. We'll get back to you. We'll get
It's
deeper
a
into
job,
the
it's a
music.
good job.
My name is Joseph Donato. I've been DJing for about 30 days, and music has took me out of the slums.
Oh shit, you too? You can curse here, right?
Do you,
Yeah,
man? It's
curse.
unfiltered.
Just don't say the N-word.
Yeah.
Nah, Shortkutz.
Oh,
Happy to be here, man.
Yeah, Shortkutz.
All right.
It's gonna be a good one, fellas.
BeatBreaker set it off, man.
Danny Beatbreaker. Love music. If I wasn't doing this,
I'll still be.
I'd still be doing something with music because I love music. But I went to HVAC school, so maybe air conditioning.
You went to actual electric.
Yeah,
Was that like a mandated thing by your like parents?
yeah. I paid for it too. while I was making music
That's
and making
great.
money off of that.
Was this like while you were killing it financially, and then you
Oh,
were
yeah.
like, you're not gonna do it DJing, so you got to now
Basically,
do your job
I was
as well.
working that and CVS just to show my mom I was working.
But you were making
lit.
more money with the music.
I was making more than she could ever imagine that she could make.
Wow.
But-
Okay, mom.
Isn't that?
Shout out,
let's,
Mom.
Let's actually talk to all of you about this. Isn't this a continued issue in our lives as nightlife goers and nightlife members and nightlife that feed off of it? Don't we see it? And Mel, I want to talk to you because you've been around for a really long time, so you probably got the bulk of this.
Yeah.
Being taken seriously as a DJ when people don't know who you are, how hard is that?
It's tough, right? But I feel like it's like that with every career, any career, right? Once you start out, it depends on the levels too. Like, when I got to DJing and took it serious, it was around freshman year in college, right before freshman year in college. And I come from a very vocational home. Like my mom's a podiatrist. Like school was a serious thing at home. So as long as I did school, they didn't care what I did. But as far as getting the respect from club owners, promoters, and getting in the game was a little rough. It was a lot of work. You know, I did everything from busing to bar backing. At some of the places I DJ now, I was a bar back at Marty first.
Oh, that's
I was
true?
a busboy. Yeah.
I heard that was a rumor.
It's not a rumor, man.
That's dope.
I was a busboy at Vitali's right there. I'll tell you.
heard attestation too. Was like a
I don't know.
You were a busboy while you were DJing? No.
No,
Or while you were DJing other
So
venues?
what happened is it started in I went to school in the Hamptons. My home school was Southampton, and I was like fake DJing school parties and shit. And so when I wanted to go to the clubs, which at the time were like Southampton, big clubs like Conscience Point or whatever at the time, it was like crazy nightlife in the Hamptons at the time. And so I met with the manager, and he looked at me like I was crazy. He was just like, "What do you mean you're gonna DJ? That's not. We don't know who you are." And that same night, it was Jusky DJing. So you can imagine what it was at the time. It was like that kind of like prestigious kind of thing, And he said I couldn't DJ, but I could sweep the floor. So I took that job that summer, just to be in there.
And we talk about DJs paying their dues all the time. And now as I continue, and this is really why we bring up people specifically that we target, because it's not about how many followers you have. It's never been about that.
Right.
The show is about people who have pioneered their way through nightlife, navigated different political scenes in the scene, and can contribute to the people at home, to upcoming DJs.
Right.
And one of the biggest stigmas for upcoming DJs is an agency. Everybody want to get signed. We have one of the most independent DJs in New York City, probably the most booked independent DJ on the East Coast, if you ask me, Mr. Shortkutz over here. So I want to start with you. You tell me what it's like to be independent, and then Daniel, we'll get to you, and you tell us how it feels to be signed, and then Marty, talk about the real scrubbing the dishes, as you would say, of the DJ business, and we'll talk about that end of
Marty in the
of
come up.
spectrum as well.
The come up.
It's like for me, it's like scrubbing the grease trap.
We gonna get to the bodega. We gonna get to the bodega, but let's start in corporate America, Mr. Dubai himself. Joe, talk to me.
I mean, it's like there's two sides to it. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's your benefits because you don't have to pay a percentage to your agency, right? So all the money that I make from my gigs come to me. It gets paid to my company. I don't have to pay anybody out. But at the same time, there's nobody pushing me. You know what I mean? So everything that is done from my end is strictly from my team. You know what I mean? And it's not. I mean, I found my way around. You know, it's about networking and stuff like that. So I've found my way in the game and learned how to maneuver. But again, there's you could ask some people that say it's good to be on an agency, and I mean, I remember I called Mel up I may have called him up maybe 6-7 years ago, and I was talking to him, and he was giving me some like insight on how to be like, because he was
I'm on DGI.
He was with DGI at the time, and I was kind of like trying to get some knowledge from him on, you know, how to maneuver and stuff like that, and I just always figured I can do this on my own, and I've learned to maneuver that way.
Jay, what about you?
Thoughts of being signed to an agency?
Mm-hmm.
It's been recent that I just signed with 4am. It's been like 4 years, maybe.
That's recent,
I
bro.
mean, to me,
It's a
guy,
self-
bro.
Depends how long you DJing for.
But
Yeah.
you're always independent too.
Because in New York City, it's fucking.
It's a jungle.
Yeah, it's a jungle. So 4 years is nothing in New York City. So that was my ultimate goal, to get in New York City, and 4am got me on, and they helped me with my goal. But I mean, yes, here and there an agency will push you into other rooms that they have. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to keep that longevity going, and to get newer rooms to entice them to kind of sell you to other big rooms. You know, they want to see that you're hungry too, and you're making them money, and in exchange they'll make you money as well. You can't just sit on the sideline and I'm on an agency. You know, like.
So even after you sign, you're still having that
Oh, yeah.
relationship where you're out there and still trying to get to other places. It's kind of like imperialism. Like you guys are literally like taking over, like you're conquering space. And then you could either be the dictator and remove the other DJs that were there, or you could be the dictator where you're like Genghis Khan and you're like, all right, come work for me and I'll tax you. Like that's what it is, because you guys are basically taking over rooms that already have residencies, already have other people in there. And then when you guys come
As far
in,
as the agencies, yeah.
yeah, and then when you guys
They
come
have
in,
these
they have that
rooms, yeah.
decision to make.
Yeah.
Do I throw out the old and bring in the new, or
And
do
a
I?
lot of these bookers, they want to deal with the agencies and not with just DJs they don't know out of the blue. So
And that's the key point, I think, that
Yeah.
the venues don't want to talk to one person. They want to talk to one person that's going to book them the whole.
yes,
I feel
They're
like
like,
that's a pretty recent thing, though. I feel like that's the part that's kind of recent. You know what I mean? On the
It also
agency
depends
part.
where, though, too. Like what room you're talking
Yeah.
Yeah,
about.
you need
You know
to
what
do
I
your
mean?
homework on if you want that room that they want the agency, then you
Right.
sign with that.
I mean, I wanna
But
hear
if you
Mel's
think you
take
could
on
you
that.
could get it on your own with something, then
Then you're good to go.
Mel's
So
on
also-
Mel's on the 95 Bulls of agencies.
We gonna get to the dream team.
This
For
guy.
now, tell me how it is to, because me and you work side by side. So tell me how it is for you, just right now in the mix of it. How hard is it for you to get gigs? Let's say outside of me.
I mean, if I'm not, no fake shit, but if it wasn't for you, I'd probably be working a 9 to 5, like full time, 40 hours a week.
Which you still do, by the way.
Right,
for the
I
viewers at
work
home.
part time, like super part time. Shout to T-Mobile. I hate you.
No, I'm about to switch.
Oh, yo, I
I
need
need
you
to holler
yo,
at you.
you need
Yeah,
to switch.
yeah, for real.
That international
My
shit
sprint
is fire,
my
bro.
sprint is trash.
Yo, they don't sponsor the show, bro. We not about to be cheap.
I got you though. T-Mobile
Yeah.
Tuesdays and all that.
Bro,
talk
when
to
you
you for
travel,
real.
Matter
you
of
need
fact, I'll
that
interview the
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile
I
girl,
heard the
bro. She's
international
bad as
flight.
hell.
It's fire. You not on T-Mobile? I
The
trap.
long distance.
I need
Bro,
that, yo.
oh, international,
What is happening
free.
right now?
I need
Anyway,
that.
No
so-
cap. I need a new phone, though.
Mad capping going on. Nah, I still work a day job. But if it wasn't for people like Jason, I'd be working 40 hours a week. I probably would have been.
Shout
out
out to
the game.
Jason, man. Jason, that's a beautiful thing. That's what I live for. That's
But
what I live
coming from somebody who has heard nothing but no, since pretty much the day I got behind turntables, it's important to stay. You gotta stay persistent, and you gotta have tough skin. I mean, I'm not gonna fake the funk and say that I don't let some of this shit get to my head, And shout to my girl, because she's like an open book. You know what I mean? Like, she's like my punching bag. I'm reeking. That's probably a bad analogy, but
Ricans
catch
like
a
Puerto
case.
Rican?
You're about to catch a case.
Ricans Puerto
Yeah,
Rican.
for real. And
Is
anyway,
that what it means? Rican? You're Puerto
but
Rican.
yeah. But my girl, she listens to a lot of complaining and stuff because this industry will get the best of you, you know? When, again, all you hear is, no, you're too fat, you're too white, you're too Rican, you're too urban, you're too ghetto, you don't bring anybody, you know? It's just a bunch of, you cry for Nipsey. There's just a bunch of, like, criticism that you get. And if you're somebody that's sensitive, it's really gonna knock you, you know, and it really affects like your performance. Like when you want to go to a club and you want to show out and you want to showcase, that first 5 minutes when the manager comes up to you and he's like, play the birthday song, like you could take it the wrong way. You could be like, all right, well, I'm trash right now, but that's not the case. Like the case is you could be the best DJ in the world, but if it's somebody's birthday and they bought a $5,000 table, you gotta play the birthday song.
You mentioned your girl. I do want to talk about this subject. I feel like in this game, it's super important to have like a girl. I don't know if it's a girl or somebody in your life that you could really talk to and somebody you can rely on. For me, thank God, it's a platonic relationship that I have with somebody. So I've lucked out. I've lucked out to the point where I'm able to be completely vulnerable to someone and not care if they judge me because there's no sexual attachment to it. And I've really lucked out on that end. But I speak to a lot of my friends and my peers. Joey always tells me how important it is that he has his girl, and I see the way he treats his girl and the way they interact and the way they, So talk to me about how important it is. You guys have all been in the game now for a long time. You guys like to do it single, in a relationship, or do you just need a structure that helps you become stable enough to do this wild-ass job that we have? Start with Joe.
I think you need the right girl, you know what I mean? Like, since I've been a DJ for 20 years or whatever, I've had girlfriends throughout
This
the
guy
whole...
always had hella girlfriends.
I'm always in a relationship, but...
This guy
You're right
with
over
the
there.
girlfriends.
But once you find out that one, that little ride or die that knows the game and supports what you do and doesn't get mad when you're coming home at 6 o'clock in the morning and while you're out with your boys eating after the club and accepts it, then you could kind of rock out.
I like that. Daniel, what about you?
I haven't found that.
I know you haven't found, but I'm saying
This guy.
I had one, but
Okay.
she was just like, who's this coming up to the booth? And it just...
it's too much. So you see, you had the other aspect of it where it's dramatic. It's too much. Why do I need this? Why do I need to add this to me? You know what I mean? Why do I need to add another person to my team that's not really focused on what I'm trying to do right now? And I understand you because I'm in the same boat as that. Like, I can never have a girlfriend doing this. Next 4 years, I'm giving everything I got to this. After that, maybe I'll settle down. But right now, this is what I'm doing.
But just
and I'm
like you
focused on that.
Just like you said that. What was that clap? That was very awkward.
I came from the back somewhere.
Somebody
Jesus.
clapping.
Just like you said, you have that one person that you could say whatever you want to, and they'll understand. That's very important to have in this business. And I'm learning that as I get older. Just talking to people and their reactions to it and their emotions and how if they're real or not to you, that's what I'm still learning.
Mel, let's go to you real quick.
Mel's a G, man. You can't ask him this question. G. He's got Johns all over the place. Dubai Johns,
well,
he's got...
I feel like we
Can I
all.
get a bottle of water, please?
Yo, you got a joint in Dubai? That's
No,
not
I
wild,
just
son.
feel like I just never been like a relationship guy because I don't know. I went too hard on the career kind of thing, so I never took anything serious. But definitely having someone it helps in every situation. I feel like, yeah, take the time to do that because it's important, But I mean, I have a lot of friends and my family's great. Like you definitely need that place to unload things. But going to this guy, he had what your point on how hard it is to get in the game and getting all the no's and stuff. I think it's a really good time for you because this is when you start to mold who you're gonna be, right? And you could like design yourself, but don't think that ever is gonna end. I mean, I still get, I still have obstacles. You know, whoever tells you they don't is crazy. Sometimes I deal with like, oh, my name on the flyer is not as big enough, or maybe I need this. I need a better flight from these people. Or they should, there's always going to be an obstacle. So once you get past the no's, you're going to have to work on something. It's always going to be like that. If not, then it's not what you're going for,
Yeah.
But I think you should cherish this time. If I could give you any advice. And, I've seen this show, and I've seen some people sit here and be like, you shouldn't, I don't want to name any names, but I see Conan capping. No, but
Conan's episode was heavy capping, right?
That was intense. That was fun though. I enjoyed that.
And it's a good one. It's
I
a good
enjoyed
one.
that one.
But it's unfair to hear like veterans saying like, yo, don't do this because you don't, you shouldn't strive to be the best or like whatever. But that's all. Everyone has their own experience and everyone has their own time. Like, I mean, from the group of kids I came up in the game with, and Vitaly will tell you, he won't let me lie. I mean, hopefully he'll be like, shut up. You know what I mean? I took the longest to develop a career. I feel like it took a really long time. I'm a kid from the Bronx. I don't even, I don't have the DNA. I'm not a tall dude or like, so like it took longer for me to, build a career where I was with a cushioning I'm comfortable with. So, this is a good time for you to, develop and see what you want to do and design yourself, because that's what's gonna hold you together in the industry for a long time. You don't need to be anyone, or you know what I mean.
To your point,
I appreciate my story,
right?
Because it's not like everybody else's, and I mean it brought me to where I'm at now. So I'm really not, I wouldn't have it any other way. Like,
right.
You could teach someone so much, but they have to learn on their own.
Right.
They need to hear those no's.
100%.
Life will humble you by itself. You don't have to wait for it to humble you. Life will just do it by
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
And to your point earlier, you mentioned like always having an obstacle, and I feel like that's just the general consensus of nightlife. Is nobody's actually going to tell you anything that's of value. Everybody's going to tell you what they want to hear. And I was on Netflix watching Jerry Seinfeld. He's got a new show out there where he like interviews comedians, and he's interviewing Obama, and he asked Obama like, what's the hardest thing that like, what's the thing you'll miss being president? And he said he misses the anonymity of meeting somebody on a bench and them not knowing you, and they're completely genuine with you.
Right.
Because they're treating you like a human being, not obviously comparing yourself to presidents or something like that. But in New York City, when DJs run up on you, to them you're gods. To them you've been all around the world. To them you guys have the plugs that nobody else has, and they're not gonna ever talk to you the way, let's say, somebody who doesn't have anything invested in you is gonna talk to you.
Right.
So how do you guys now decipher who's the drunk asshole on your shoulder that's just trying to get a gig, than to your friends? Marty, I'll start with you.
You kind of like, for me, I'm good at reading people, so it kind of like just off the rip, like you feel somebody's energy. Like if they genuine, they won't ask you for shit the first time, like not even a drink. You know what I mean? Like I've had people that have come out to show me love, and they're like, yo, what are you drinking? Or yo, what are you doing after this? Or like they won't even hit me when they're outside, like, yo, I'm coming in or whatever.
That's funny how I was DJing one night and Marty was like, yo, what do you want to drink? And I'm like, you're getting me a drink?
Yeah.
I'm like, I fucking love you.
I was
And
like,
having you.
drunk.
That's great.
It was after
Nobody else got you a drink, right? Nobody else got you a drink.
He just comes out of the blue. Yo, you want a drink? I'm like,
BeatBreaker drunk though. This is another
The
show.
vodka, the lean, the BeatBreaker.
It's
I was very sober.
Yeah, no, but there's a process.
Until-
There's a process that that you can tell like already. It's like a process of elimination. Like the fakes are coming when they hit you like, yo, I'm outside.
Yeah.
Like, okay, and
I'm working.
Yeah. Or they'll be like, yo, you got any drink tickets? Or, what can I do to get a drink or whatever? Like, yo. Or my favorite one is, where's Jason?
Oh man. That's
We gonna get
crazy.
off that topic really fast.
that's-
Mel, talk to me. Talk to me about, especially with you, because you're such an avid goer to the nightclubs that are really wanted. You've chosen the parties that you spin at. You're blessed at this point. So there's really a lot of pressure on you're the outlet,
Yeah.
and everybody wants a piece.
I kind of, like people know me by now. I don't drink. I've never drank, or, people know me right now that I don't. It's serious to me, so I don't get those requests as much anymore. I mean, I have a group of friends that they know what they know what it is and how they should approach things. But I don't. So early on, I got rid of all of that. You know what I mean? I had too many things against me for me to waste time on those kind of things. I just never really had those problems.
Gotcha.
You know.
Joey, what about you?
I've been in the game so long that I've dealt with all the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I came up in an era where it was how many tables you booked and how many people you brought to the club. So I've kind of dealt with that. So I've dealt with so many different people, and I've seen everything that you could kind of throw at me. You know what I mean? So like, if somebody says, "Oh, I want to put a table down. I need a $1,500 minimum," and then they're texting me on some bullshit at 9 o'clock and this and that, like, I already been through all the bullshit. So like, I already know what's happening. You know, I see it before it's
it
even
comes.
gonna happen.
Shortkutz Son of the Tables on Saturdays.
Daniel,
One time.
And I want to reiterate the question. I'm more asking, how do you decipher your friends from the people that are rocking with you? It's more of not who's going to buy me a drink, but who am I? All right, ready? Let me rephrase
It's
the
not the
question for you
drink, it's the
specifically, because
gesture,
this is really good specifically for Daniel. Let me rephrase the question.
I love
Joey
this
comes 4 people, right? He comes Louis backpack, 2 more guys that are wearing like off-white or like a nice camo shirt with them, looking all nice. Take like Encore. Encore got 4 guys with him in all times. They all look good. They come respectful. But that's a decision that they make. Then you have a guy comes in, 4 photographers, 1 videographer, UPS driver, the Plan B in his back pocket,
wildin'.
his girl's birth control like loosely in the DJ bag. You know, there's a whole other. How do you decide if you're going dolo or if you're going 4 or 5 people? And when did you decide that? Like, when did you decide to cut these people out?
I mean, even I'm so sensitive to that.
That's why I rephrased.
I always try to come alone. I never
I
try
mean,
to.
that's keys. Right?
Because in this industry, it's all about, oh, he's got an ego. He's got 10 people with him. All of a sudden, he's a cocky prick.
No, those are the
That's what
people
I-
you
that's
bring
what I
with
see.
you, right?
I
The
ain't
people
see
you
like
bring
so-
with you is
They can
weird.
stop your
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah, the
They
people
stop
you
your
bring
bag.
with you is
They
very
act up. They
dangerous.
punch the manager in the face.
So
Oh, this guy, I don't like the.
You don't need
I
that
like-
smoke.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
the people this guy brings. I don't like the energy he brings. He's trouble. He's not welcome back here. It's happened to me on many
But
occasions.
if they do allow me to come in with a bunch of people, like out of town, Atlantic City or Vegas or something, I'll get the crew together and I'll tell them what it is. Like, behave tonight. Even if they know,
Yeah,
I'll run down everything. Behave, and
that's important. It's important to do that. I do
Yeah.
the same thing even when we're on the road. I make
Yeah.
sure like I'll give
You
a
go-
speech every time we're in that Sprinter. I do. I don't bark on them. I bark. What?
yeah.
Don't
you
do
have to.
drugs at the table.
I think a big part is though
Don't
is,
do
is
drugs,
where
period.
where you're
Where,
going,
where.
where the room is.
Yes, yes.
That's
I mean,
important.
there's levels to this shit.
Like
So-
New York
you
City
wanna-
would never let you have 10 people walking with
Never.
you.
Exactly. So that's
I mean, that's not true.
that's
I bring 25.
yeah, but you meld the bar.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, he's not.
Don't bring that. Don't
No
bring
cap.
20 people to the club ever.
No cap.
I mean, unless you're a promoter, then different question.
Yeah, that's your
Um,
job.
You touched on Atlantic City. You touched on Vegas. Let's go international for a second. Let's take this.
I'm out.
Come on, Marty. Come
The
on,
Bron-
Marty.
Soon.
Nigga, you've been a Dykeman.
I wish I was in your. I wish I was in your
Dykeman is
shoes
its
right
own
now.
city. Like Dykeman's its own
Coming
country.
soon.
It's a whole other world. But all right, so let's go international with this side of the couch for a little bit. You guys have been all around the world. You guys DJ'd a bunch of different countries. I know you're a big fan of Asia. Joey's been. All of you guys have been in a lot of places. My question is, what specifically can you guys tell me? If let's say you guys have a week, you can get booked anywhere. Where's your favorite? What's the favorite week? And I'm talking about like a full week, blown out, 6 events. What's your favorite spot to get booked at? Daniel, I know you're excited for this. You go first.
Anywhere that it's a vacation spot.
This
Interesting.
guy, bro.
So like a beach.
This guy.
Give me some examples.
DR.
If I was ever booked in
DR
DR,
is a dub.
Nobody go to DR, bro.
some island, Mexico, like like somewhere where there's a beach, pool. That's
Anything
just-
on that level.
Yeah,
basically.
I'm on that.
On that
I've just
wave.
seen so much of the world. I want to be on a beach.
He's like, I just want to bring
I
it
just
down
wanna- I
a
wanna be
little
on
bit.
a
enough pollution for me.
Just want to be on the beach with a pica pollo and a $12 hooker.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Joey, talk to me. International waters. What's your favorite?
You know me. I'm a Caribbean guy. So St. Martin, St. Bart's, I'm good there. That's all I need.
Well, you kind of have to say that though, right? Like,
No.
you He can't afford.
You said favorite
Damn,
place. I
man.
said favorite place.
Mel, what about you? Talk to me.
I don't know, man. I love Paris, so
So bougie.
Paris Passion Week,
Bro, he
man.
has
It's just
Buscemi's
culture,
on, bro.
man. It's culture. Ask Vitaly been on those trips too. He'll tell you. I
we
mean,
saying booked or are we saying vacation?
No, I'm.
said
You guys
books.
combine both the way you guys do your work. You guys
saying if we-
combine
if we
bookings
were-
with vacations all the time.
If we could pick any place.
You can pick anything.
Yeah.
So it could be somewhere you haven't even been yet.
over Fashion Week, end of September, first week of October.
You see that's where you want to be. You're
That's
a hub
what-
type of guy.
That's
See?
just like what it is.
See, the question really portrays your
What
personality.
makes you happy?
Yeah, it
at the end of
portrays
the
your
day, yeah.
personality.
Good food, amazing like nightlife. Everyone's wearing fashion.
Amazing wear a pair.
Let's
Throw a
talk.
scarf
Let's talk
on.
business. Let's talk business for a
Amazing wear a
second.
pair of turntables.
A lot of you guys have made investments outside of nightlife, which is obviously a really good idea, seeing how shaky this economy is and how shaky nightlife economy is. And to BeatBreaker's point earlier, how fast you can be relevant and then become irrelevant in a blink of an eye. So what are some investments that you guys as a panel have made? It could be investment in people as well. You could invest in the right people that have helped you get to somewhere. You
This
can invest in
guy.
the right relationships. So tell me, overall, monetarily and in relationships, how have you guys invested in the past 10 years, 15 years building your brands? Daniel, we'll start with you.
I mean, I've been since the beginning focusing on helping the DJ, and with my edits and bootlegs, it's just I see it not dying, and people always need edits and bootlegs. And
That's a fact. A lot of your edits got me through some nights, I'll tell you that much. Still rocking them
Yeah,
edits.
beat break.
If you guys can
BeatBreaker's
speak up
got
a little
some-
bit.
So-
Joints.
so that's my that's where I invest, and I work for MP3 pools and stuff like that. And
How long, like, okay, let's say you take a song, Old Town Road, obviously, right? The number one hit. How long would it take you, like, how long does it usually take you to break down these bootlegs and these edits? Just to give them a little idea of how long it takes you, because I know they just download it.
what's funny is one time Chucky asked me the same question drunk, and I told him a couple hours, and he fell on the floor laughing.
Why? Because he thought it was.
Because
cool.
he's like, I do it in 30 seconds.
Oh man.
So it's all it's all your
that
preference.
sounds
of
like Chucky.
how you work and shit, you know? Like,
And how you develop. Okay. What about you, Joe?
I think one of my biggest investments in my career was my barbershop. I had a barbershop for like 10 years, and
Oh, you did. I
I
remember
did.
that. I remember that.
I cut hair, and that kind of allowed me to
He caught
No,
Afrojack.
Afrojack. Yeah.
that's a tall dude.
But that that allowed me to filter a lot of people from my shop to the clubs. So I think that was probably one of the smartest investments of my career.
And sticking with that for a long period of time, as opposed to being like, my pockets is good, I'm done.
Yeah, I did it until I didn't have to do it. So
Yeah, I forgot that. I
Yeah,
remember that.
You're old as hell, bro.
I never went to, but I mean, I'm bald, so I don't.
How long you been bald for?
I mean, since I was 16, man.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
What?
God.
Since
I
you're
mean,
16?
First day of college.
You like Morgan Freeman, man. You
It's
guys
crazy.
always gonna look
What college
old.
you went to at 16, bro? You a genius.
bro.
you
I
didn't hear
mean-
me? He was homeschooled. He's rich.
Hampton's
rich.
homeschool, bro. What are
Oh,
we
he's
talking
rich,
about?
rich.
He graduated with Ryan Leslie.
I didn't go. I didn't go to Harvard for suckers. I'm a Yale guy, you know.
All right.
He's a Yale guy.
I mean-
there's got to be at least some investments that you've made.
Yeah. Well, early on, I've done a bunch, but I think the one that's been the most lucrative in career or just growth in general has been my music studio and record label. So you guys probably don't know much about.
You have
it,
a
I
what?
think I've been
a
there.
label in a music studio with Universal. So it's me and Day Trip. So Old Town Road, we made that. We made the new songs Panini, a bunch of stuff that's out now. So
Oh wow.
it's been going okay.
Where's your studio at?
In Soho, no leader.
No what?
It's in Soho, Manhattan. It's next to
Gold Bar, right?
no, that's where I live. It's next to the Nike store, 19 Mercer.
You guys
Don't
heard
tell
that?
that to anyone. Don't show up.
And guys,
Don't show up to the studio.
we'll get to Marty first, and then we'll talk. Then we'll come back. But Marty, tell
Marty,
yourself relationships. Talk to me about relationships.
Oh, I was about to thought you were talking about investments, bro. I barely got money to put food in my fridge, B.
Man,
We're
Marty,
working on it. We
Yo,
work.
He's loose with it.
Marty's got to like.
Investment.
We keep
You're not
it
getting
buck.
no investment money when you're an upcoming DJ?
We gonna eat some chicken wings across the street. And I'm
On
gonna,
you, B, because it's definitely not
got
on
you.
me.
Don't worry. It's gonna
They
be
don't
on,
take food stamps.
It's gonna be on BeatBreaker.
The real difference between DJing back then and now is back then I could be tunnel flex, and I could go into all those different rooms and play like tunnel flex because it's like they wanted a piece of it. Now my playing in vintage is totally different from the way I play at a ticketed event or a Juice WRLD concert. I've already accepted him for not what he isn't, but what he is.
Right.
He's successful. He's built an audience. For some reason, whatever record he made makes these 1,000 people jump. He did his job. So my job is to
Facts.
and feel good about it. Every DJ would tell you they don't like a half-full room. It makes them mad. I love a half-full room. And I can know at 1:30 if this ain't gonna fill up. All right, let's see if you niggas gonna sit down while I'm here. So I take that as a challenge because if I can keep the half-full room rocking, that means when this shit is rammed, I'm gonna rip the paint off this wall.
Facts. Relationships I have made, I'll probably take some nightlife relationships to the grave with me that I've made. I probably have more friends that like genuine friends in the nightlife than I do like people I actually grew up with. Like Yanni, that's my son's godfather. Pete, PS1 is like my brother. I'm like the fat little brother he never wanted.
What a great guy. Shout out PS1.
Facts. Shout out
Great
to PS1.
guy.
And
Great
his,
hair.
And his great hair.
Great hair, great tan.
We still talking about this.
Yeah. This guy's PS1 the man dime.
What a great guy.
But yeah, you obviously.
still here?
We broke bread on many
The
occasions.
Jason
You,
experience.
you were my kid over the weekend. my son was webbing you.
He was. His son thinks he's Spider-Man,
Yeah, he
man.
does.
Every time you see him, he's just like.
Sorry though, he could think he's Spider-Man.
Well, you actually like help him think he's Spider-Man because you like react when he does it. Like you're like, no.
Yeah, I was flying him around the room.
He's doing parkour in the house. There's no TV. It's just him running around wild. It's
It's beautiful.
But,
the Bronx in Jersey.
But
It's
nah,
the Bronx in Jersey.
but yeah, like the relationship. Some relationships you make are in nightlife or because you guys share like same backstory, the same struggle, whatever the case may be. And then you have your business relationships, which are also important because there's many people that that are just acquaintances, they're not friends. Like you could pop into whatever spot and just be like, yo, I got some people from out of town here. They looking to spend some money. Like, what's up? And then they'll budge. They'll be like, all right, well, you know what? Instead of the 1,500, we'll do 1,000 for them or whatever. And I think those relationships are important too because they help you also progress. They help you secure the bag because anybody from Dallas or whatever would be like, yo, I went to New York and Marty took care of me. And then when you go to Dallas, then you get.
You mentioned the relationships taken it to the grave with you, and a lot of these relationships are sped up. And I've mentioned this before. When everybody's drunk for 2 hours, right? We prepare all week to see this. Let's say I go to Tal on Tuesday. I'm gonna see you in the lighting booth. I'm gonna see you in the DJ booth, right? Now let's say I didn't know you guys outside. I will only see you on Tuesdays. I could work with you for 15, 20 years. You guys know the security guy's name, but you don't know if he has a daughter. You don't know who he is. So you think these guys are your friends at some point, and you realize that, you know what, you don't really know much about them. And then you realize that the people that are actually around you are the only people that are going to make it through, because they're going to come with you from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The people that you see weekly, but not in between, are the people that are going to fall off in your life as you progress through nightlife. That's what I've learned, at least. What's the most memorable night of nightlife that you guys have had as a DJ? I want to start with, give me a crazy Tao story. Because I know you got a bunch.
That's Shim.
Yeah.
Those
Give me your own. Give me your own.
Those nights with Shim every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday with Shim.
Jesus. Shout Shim, what a guy.
I give you
What a guy.
Tuesday,
What a
baby.
guy.
What a guy.
Tuesday Baby Tuesday story would be 50, Trey, and Chris Brown putting on a concert, pretty much, in the DJ booth.
Can
That
you
was
give me?
wild.
Can you give us like Talk to me. Tell me the story, man.
It was at.
Were you wearing the Louboutins? Were you wearing the Nikes? What was
I don't know what I was wearing, but I remember it was at Finale. And it was an album release for Chris Brown.
R.I.P. Finale.
Yeah, that was.
My favorite room. My favorite room ever to work at.
That was a fun room.
Great place.
And I don't know, the vibe was just there that night. You know, Chris Brown came in and 50 was with him, and then the second 50 walked in. He grabbed the mic. He started talking his shit. Turned all the music off. He said he ain't starting the party until they bring him his champagne. He shit on Mongo. Mongo had to get the champagne up before the party got to get started.
R.I.P. Mongo.
Yeah.
Wherever he's at. I always said that to him.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
It was crazy. Everything clicked that night. It was just they were
Mongo.
going record for record.
Shout out to Mongo.
R.I.P. Mongo.
R.I.P. Mongo.
A bunch
In
of
the
times.
street suck. In the street suck.
4 times over.
Yeah.
Jason's scared. Jason, no, he's my man. Don't worry.
Yeah.
The guy,
Relax.
the guys,
We good.
The guys, man, he's cheat theft like 18 times. R.I.P. my man Mongo.
He
What a great
cat. He got
guy.
9 lives.
What a great guy.
Man.
But
Jason, look at Jason.
Jason's scared.
Jason, you good? Don't
This
worry.
is unfiltered, I thought, no?
I mean,
It is.
Yeah.
I'm unaffiliated.
Edit
I
this.
thought.
Edit this.
Who can tell me what? You gonna not book me? I'm at Le Souk,
Nah,
bro.
you good,
What
you
gonna
good.
do,
Nah, you good out here.
The souk is
You got
fire.
another Debarge cosign. You good.
Good.
So, no, but what I'm saying, it was just the energy was right, and they were going record for record, and the shit lasted like an hour, and that was my most memorable moment, I would say.
Sounds,
And
that's
you
a
have
great
that
night.
in your studio, right? Framed like that one picture. Is
Yeah, I got a picture of.
that in home studio, which
Yeah.
I encourage a lot of you DJs back at home to do. I did go to your in home studio, and I thought it was like super.
You
cool.
liked it?
I thought, dude, number one, your OCD is on another level. I thought my OCD was bad,
Yeah,
and
that-
I
that's
see
a
this
fact.
throughout DJs. The real perfectionists are all OCD, and they're all self-conscious. It's
That's a
two
fact.
big things, and I think it goes hand in hand. Because you're self-conscious, you're OCD, because you're thinking about what the other person's gonna react to what you're doing, and therefore you make sure it's perfect. Just like when your girl gets ready for you on a big night.
Right.
Mel, what about you? Tell me your most memorable night of nightlife.
Man, I don't know. It's been a long road, man. It's been a long road. For me, it's more like moments that are, personal to myself. What is it, celebrities or people or not? I'm a fan of nightlife and music and the people. So, I've been in clubs where I'm like, fuck, this is like kind of even if I'm not DJing, I've had moments where it's like, I've had like genuine experiences that have kind of been like, now I know why I'm doing this, kind of more than, if that makes sense. Because eventually, once you get into nightlife, you're gonna get those nights. I'm sure Marty's got like fucking huge rapper nights, because that happens.
I don't really care about the artists.
I know, but you should. You know what I mean? Because like it's like the other day when you were at Marquee, that was a great night. You know
That was
what I mean?
wild. Yeah.
That was a good night with like an artist that I respect. I think Sway Lee's sick, but these things are gonna happen. But for me, it's more like being in the moment and like being like, holy fuck, this is. This
You're
is
not
what
about
you're
to
doing.
escape this question. So specifically, you're not about to escape this question. Not with me. I don't know what other interviews you do, but give me a specific night. Make it maybe in Dubai, maybe in Paris Fashion Week, September 7, 2012. I don't know, but give me one
I'm
night.
gonna give you Mel's night.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you Mel's night.
Give me
I'm gonna tell
one.
you right
Give
now.
me one. Give me one.
I'm gonna give you Mel's night. Mel's playing bass Dubai, and he's got J-Lo on the left of him.
I mean, I
My
don't want to
baby
say
mom?
J-Lo, but she, I do a lot of
baby
J-Lo
mom?
stuff. I do a lot of J-Lo.
You do a lot of J-Lo events.
I've done a lot of J-Lo stuff.
We have the
yeah.
Paris Hilton DJ here. We have J-Lo's DJ here.
I'm Jason's DJ.
That's good too, man. That was a good one, though.
That was good.
That was a good one.
You were there?
Nah, I saw it on his Instagram.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
I thought I was there.
Even
That was a
even
good
Dubai
one.
couldn't afford both of them at the same time. Daniel, what's your
No,
most?
they could.
They can afford anything, those motherfuckers. Tell me what the most memorable moment of nightlife was.
Thanks for saving me, man. That was good. This guy was going to let go. I was trying to be political. He killed me.
I mean, just like Mel was saying, being in the moment of where you are, even like in the middle of China, and I'm just like,
Hold up. Before we do all that, like, honestly, I want to say that for years, me and BeatBreaker had a relationship only in Asia.
Yeah.
Can you say that?
Yeah.
never saw each other in
Pause.
New
I
York.
used to see him only
Twice a
in
year
Asia.
in Asia.
Pause.
Can you believe that?
But no, this is what I was telling you earlier.
Yeah.
It's about nightlife is gonna set you up with certain people over time.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they should become your friends. You guys became friends over time.
Right.
But what I'm trying to, it's gonna set you up like that. You're gonna end up with people over and over and over again, and you're gonna have this misconception where like, oh, I'm doing drugs and drinking with these people, so now we're best friends. But it really takes a mature individual to understand the difference between a professional relationship with someone and a personal relationship, and not let the alcohol mix cloud. Shout out to my pun for the music.
We would be like in the same plane, not even like talk to each other, and then like we just became
crazy.
friends.
Like
Right?
we landed and we're like, wait,
like,
don't I know you?
Yeah.
And so like for years it was like that. And now we just like, now he just doesn't stop hitting me up and shit. But
I'll give you one better. I think I've been DJing, I think in the 15, 20 years I've been DJing, I think this is the first time I'm in the same room with BeatBreaker.
That's crazy.
And I'm not even exaggerating.
That's crazy.
And I feel like I've known him my whole career. Like we sat there on the couch before this shit started and we had a conversation like
you knew
we
each
came
other.
up together.
Right.
Because it's just like a respect type of thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But I've never been in the same room as this man.
That's funny.
Good guy.
Never
BeatBreaker,
Never
good
met.
guy,
I
man.
met the
BeatBreaker,
first
good
time I met
guy.
him was
But
tonight.
that's the
Wild,
absurdity
right?
of nightlife. That's the
Shout out to
absurdity.
BeatBreaker.
And that
another
also,
member of the
do you guys feel
Illuminati.
like when people be like, yo, that's my man, when people hit me with that, like, yo, can you, I'm like, no, is that your man or is that your man? Like,
My
like,
bro,
yeah,
my bro.
like, tell me who this
My
is to
brother.
you. I'm not going down these steps at Lasuk. I'm not going up and down for you unless that's your man. So you gonna tell me right
Hey,
now.
we go to Le Souk after this. It's in a twerk.
You want?
It's
Look,
penicillin.
Hold on, Marty,
Twerk Mondays.
Marty, hold up. I haven't been to Lasuk
I know.
Mondays
That's
in
valid.
7 weeks.
That's valid.
If the four of you go, I will go.
Yeah.
I will 100%.
I'm
go.
down.
I will 100%.
I'm good on twerk
Right.
Mondays. I'm good on
Damn,
twerk
you guys are
Mondays.
flaky.
definitely good on that.
To
I
go
thought we
back
were gonna
to-
do an experience. This was
I'd
an
rather
Go to
experience.
Avenue.
pizza.
You want to go to Avenue?
I'll
Go
go
to
to Avenue
Avenue.
Pizza.
This guy
We go
with
to-
Avenue.
Daniel, talk to me about the most memorable. We got cut off by Mel Debarge. What's the most memorable? Not gonna let
I
him
mean, just traveling, and seeing different clubs, and you're like, there's some moments where I walk into a club and I'm like, I'll never be here again. So I gotta soak this in. Like in the middle of China,
Fire.
and I was never there again. So I just knew. I'm like, why am I here?
You touched on the you made it moment as opposed to your memorable moment. So let's talk about that. When's the moment you know that this is for you? When's the moment when you touch the decks, you drop the needle, the lights go
Fuck
down,
happened
and
to
you're
my
like, this
memorable
is...
moments, huh? I have a good memorable moment.
All right, let's...
What the fuck with my
Man.
chopped liver?
Yeah, they
More like
killed
chopped
him.
cheese, boy.
I'm sorry, my story's in New York, not in fucking Carajo land. Jesus.
Jesus. I know, Marty. These people are against you, Marty.
Marty's worked out. He's wild.
Marty. This
Marty's
shit's
worked
crazy.
up.
I have a friend that he told me never leave my house without my laptop. Like,
Mhm.
even if I just go out to network.
Genius.
So I was going to this, I'm not gonna say no names, but this big birthday party at Marquee.
I know the name. Say the name. You can say the name. It's a good
So
birthday.
Suge's birthday at Marquee, and I get there. Yeah, he always makes it like shuts down the city.
Shouts to the Indian. He real.
So
Yo, Mel just ad-libbing on the
Mel
couch.
That's my man.
So-
Take it in the basement.
So I,
bro.
Mel's
so I
ad-libs
get
are
in.
fire.
I get in. No problem, whatever. I get there and a DJ. This I'm not saying no names. I get in and a DJ that I know was on. So he's doing his thing. He's killing it. But he was like soft headlining to like, whereas leaving records for whoever was coming after him. We were still playing joints. So another very very accomplished, I wouldn't say DJ. I would say artist, whatever. Taps him on the shoulder and he's like, "What the fuck are you playing right now?" Like nobody want to hear this shit. So he turns around thinking that he was laughing, thinking that the dude was playing with him. So he literally grabs him by his fucking shirt and turns him back around and he's like, "Don't fucking give me your back. I'm an OG. When I talk, you listen."
Ooh.
So I'm in the booth and I'm
It
like,
wasn't
oh.
me, just to clear it up. It
So I'm
wasn't
like,
me.
I'm in the booth. I'm like, oh, this shit getting spicy. So he was like, so he's like, yo, stop playing this old ass music. And he's like, nigga, you 50 years old. Sorry,
Oh,
damn.
man.
He's like, bro, you're 50 years old. He's like, bro, you're 50 years old. You should be appreciating this. So then he's like, all right, so go get your laptop. And he's like, I didn't come here to work. He's like, all right, so take notes. So then he keeps bugging him, right? Yo, he literally, it's 2 a.m. Marquee, Amber Rose, French Montana, Tiger, all of them were right there in front of him. He pulls the USB out of his own laptop. He's like, you DJ, fuck you. So I'm like, what are you doing? So I killed somebody's performance that night because I seen a USB stick in a CDJ and I just pressed play because it was dead air. I just pressed play and I killed somebody's performance. I don't care, but there was, so he's like, he looks at me, he's like, you got your laptop? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm not getting back on, go get your laptop. So I was like, are you dead ass? I'm like in shoes. I parked 3 blocks away. He's like, go get your laptop. I was like, all right, I'll go get my laptop. And I'm walking back because A, I'm fat, and B, I'm like, yo, the minute they see me take my laptop out my book bag, they're gonna dub me, right? So I get to the booth and he's like, yo, hurry up. So I plug in my laptop and I saved the night. Like, nobody wanted to DJ.
Wow, he didn't just DJ.
Nobody wanted to DJ.
He saved the night.
Yeah, I bought it. What you think?
I haven't saved the night.
You think I was just playing records?
I haven't saved the night since '78.
Nah. You think I was just playing records? Nah, I bodied it.
I know. I feel you, man. I feel you. Those nights tend to be like the best
But there
nights.
is something to talk about always being ready, and I like the fact that you mentioned always having your laptop with you, because there is situations where like I'll be in a club and on my end, on the promotional aspect, I do so much, and I'm telling you, I forget to book an opening DJ. I forget to do this. It happens to me. And having that valuable asset with you to be able to call on someone always and be like, listen, I need you here, I need this, I need that. Can you run 12 blocks? Can you go to Revel and get me a CTJ and import it?
CTJ.
So you guys, number one, you guys don't deal with this. I deal with venues that don't have equipment, and then this guy comes in and he wants turntables, and then this guy comes in and he wants a 4, 5, 6, 9, 2, 8 Pioneer. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Shout to Conan. Conan
These
saved me a couple
riders are
times.
insane, man.
Vitali, yo, hit up Vitali. He got
the
everything.
function house.
No, we do.
Hit up
We
function
do.
house.
Room back there?
We've done it.
Vitali
We've rented
seen
for
the
the function house.
LED screens.
Shout
they got
out
what
to
you
the function
need.
house
Function
for
house,
for
too
hooking
lit.
us up with equipment. But yeah, man, it is something to be said. Upcoming DJs out there.
Yeah, CO2, all that.
Upcoming
Yo, we doing
DJs
whippets?
up there. You come chill at the club, bring your laptop, keep it in your car until you're called upon. But if your laptop isn't in your car, you're doing it wrong. 1, 2, if you see me on a Saturday night and you hang out with me and you're telling me to book you because you're always busy, you're not busy. You're chilling with me. You're with me. You're with me at the club. How are you busy? I don't go out during the week. So how are you? No.
Talk that talk.
Industry talk.
Tell them 3.
Industry talk.
Tell them to bring the laptop because you bring the book bag.
Yeah.
Here's a little hint for you upcoming DJs.
Yeah.
Bring the backpack and tell them that you're DJing, and that's how you get in.
Facts.
That's
I
your
know
way
a lot-
through the
I know
door.
a lot of
I got into a
DJs that
couple
use
places
that.
like that.
I know a lot of you
That
DJs
shit.
So
out
that's
there
how
use
y'all
that
get into
joint.
these rooms.
Brought the
That shit
laptop.
crazy.
Yo, I'm DJing tonight. I'm closing.
This shit crazy.
You mentioned closings. I do want to touch on that. We always shame the opener. We always talk about that subject. Obviously, we're not about to talk about burning records and the quintessential stuff. Let's talk about the end of the night, because I was with you guys at Marquee last Wednesday, and towards the end of the night, it becomes a scramble. You never know what's going to happen in these big venues. You don't know who's going to come up. This guy's in the mic. This guy's DJing. This celebrity's like trying to perform. Like fucking Stefan Gold is standing on top of the pylon taking a picture. BeatBreaker's taking a shot. It's mayhem. So when do you decide to do what, let's say, that DJ did to Marty, be like, all right, you go on now. Or you're like, nah, it's too hot in here right now. I'm not getting
Mel
off.
did that to me at Catch. She's like, "Pff, go ahead, bro. I don't care.
Yeah, but it was, so when
Really?
is,
Yeah, Mongo's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
R.I.P. Mongo.
R.I.P. Mongo. Your Mongo, man.
yo, none of us are getting Catch. Oh, no, never mind. It's Avenue right now. We go with Catch.
oh,
I think
man.
it's a vibe. I think like
Yeah, I'm never spinning that
when
avenue.
a headliner or you know what I
Spinning
mean.
on Avenue July 22nd. Anyways, keep going.
Ooh, got him.
I think like when the headliner or whoever's had enough and he wants to let his man get some, then it's I feel like it's your call, I guess.
Depends on the night.
Or
Depends on the
Conan,
night.
whatever Conan says goes.
Conan's that guy.
Or Conan might just DJ himself
Facts.
That's true.
and hold your headphones hostage till 5:15 in the morning.
Oh.
Yo, we have Conan really like here on
Oh,
the
yeah.
show as well.
Conan
kind of.
DJs off of USBs,
All that.
CDs, records, 8-tracks, whatever.
We talk about shelf life a lot in nightlife. Shelf life, as in, everybody believes that this is a 5-10 year job, and then we kind of like just dissipate into nothing and end up 45 years old, single and alone, and really depressed. That's what the world thinks of us. That's what the world thinks.
Most of us don't last.
I agree with you. I agree, and we're not going to talk about the decisions that make us last. 'Cause I still think we're going. I still think we have time to create our legacies. You know what I mean? And that goes for everybody in this room. But specifically, what do you guys think is the shelf life of nightlife? What do you guys think? Do you guys think you set yourself a shelf life, or do you think the industry sets it for you? We'll start with BeatBreaker.
You said it. Like it's just like life. You could do something forever. If you're still making money, if it still makes you happy, you could do it forever. You don't have to only DJ. You could move up to something else. You could throw your own events. You know?
No, I
It's
like
how far you want to take it. If you're still making money and you're happy, keep going. There's a lot of older DJs that are still rocking on that level that they were 10 years ago.
Jazzy Jeff, he's like 58. He's my father's age.
I will say this to your point. You see a lot of older DJs in the house scene. You do not see a lot of older DJs in the hip hop
true.
scene. And the
No,
reason
like,
why is
open format.
no,
That's
it's
not
100%,
true.
it's 100% true. On an overall, you do not see a lot of old head hip hop guys get booked a lot, and that's because it's hard to stay with the current music. I always give you.
I mean, it's
and
'cause it's
you
'cause
credit
of them.
specifically, but it is on them. It is on them, and it's you're falling out of touch. You don't want to listen to the Da Baby 4 times.
I
in a
mean,
night.
yeah,
When you
old
grew up
hip-hop
listening to
heads,
Crisscross,
yeah.
you're not gonna like that. It's not. You know, it's just
They're
not the
stuck
same.
to one genre. Like open format or even house. There's always, you have to evolve
Carl
with the
Cox,
scene.
Boris, Carnage, all house DJs that are old as hell. Benny Benassi is not
Carnage.
satisfied yet. That man has been DJing for 75 years, and the satisfied
They
was
have a
upon.
brand that they built so high that they could still make money till this day. So
Tiesto's older
they're
than
not going
Dirt.
to stop.
They're not. They're not. So, Joey, what about you? You think there's an end to the road?
No, I think it's when you're done. I think when you don't love what you're doing anymore, that's the end of the road. I don't think there's an age where you've been in the game. As long as you're relevant, as long as you're consistent, you could do this shit as long as you want to.
What about you, Mel?
I think the same. I feel like it's what you put in, right? Like that's what you're working for. I feel like I always tell people to expand on and do more. As far as if you're just DJing, then that's what you want to do. But like, there's so much more in that. You know what I mean? There's the music. You know, like you were saying, you could throw your own events. There's so many other things you could do. But it's really about what work you put in. If you get old and you can't keep up with the music, then you're gonna out-age yourself. You know, you don't want to do that. I mean, there's a lot of DJs like that, like older ones that won't.
They won't play nothing.
They won't play new stuff because they just don't believe in it, and then that's the easiest way to get kicked out the game yourself. You know.
Marty, what about you?
I can't talk on the subject because I've done nothing. You know what I mean? So,
This guy.
No, I'm dead ass.
You've
like,
done a lot.
I've
Done
done
a lot.
nothing, So
You've done a lot more.
Let me give you. Look.
No, no,
That's
Marty,
my brother.
bro.
Listen. I just want to give you. I want to give you
stood up
a
like that.
word.
Murdering himself.
I want to give you some of advice, right?
Tell him because he's killing
You-
me
you-
over here.
you-
This guy.
You
this is unfiltered.
For,
I'm not gonna
correct,
cap.
but I feel like if you want to get to a point in your career
Right.
where you'll be happy,
Mhm.
you shouldn't play yourself down. Like, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't take away and be like, oh, I ain't shit, or I didn't do nothing yet. Like, you should say, at this point, I've done good, but I got a lot more to go.
Look at what you've
Like,
accomplished now.
there's a lot of probably, I'm assuming there's a lot of DJs that probably, other DJs that are younger than me, that look at Mel, that look at BeatBreaker, and they're like, oh, these guys are lit. They made it. Like, but I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm not satisfied where I am. I don't think any of us really.
Yeah.
I'm happy. You know what I mean? I'm content, but I still feel like I can go a lot higher.
So much more growth.
There's so much more to go, and you shouldn't like discredit yourself as to what you've done to this point.
Marty, wait. Let me a question for you. How long have you been like out in this scene doing? What?
And the bottle service scene probably.
No, in DJing in general.
Well, I've been DJing coming on 10 years now.
How long have you been in the New York City nightlife,
Like,
Jersey?
Since 14. Since
14.
2014.
So you've been doing it for 5 years, right? We've been doing it for like 15, 20 years. Like, you've played rooms already in your first 5 years that people ain't even touched.
That I was
you know what
cleaning.
mean? Yeah. Like 5 years, he was cleaning Marquee.
Fucking cleaning, bro.
Dude, you trust me. Like, you'll get a lot farther if you change your attitude up a little bit. And I'm not talking this shit on you. I'm just trying to give you advice.
I mean, I don't consider you DJing in a room if you haven't gotten paid for it. You know what I mean?
It's not about
So-
that.
That's not true.
It's not about that.
That's not true.
It's not about that.
You got to see you're
That's
on
not
your
true.
way.
Yeah.
No,
You know a lot
I
of those
believe that, but I
people.
feel
You're
like
in that room.
on this
Yeah.
specific subject,
it's
I would
just a
sound
matter of
bitter.
time.
How about this?
It's just a
I'll
matter of
keep
time.
it. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'll keep
Mm-hmm.
it so 100. You know how many rooms I've done for free, coming up in my career,
Right.
Crazy.
just for the look?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Of course, I'm getting the money that I deserve now.
Right.
But you think I wasn't doing that shit for free?
Crazy.
I was taking every gig, anytime
Me too.
anybody
I'm still at
call
that.
me to play any room,
I'm still at that
anywhere.
level. I'm still at that
I
level.
never turned anything down.
I'm still at that
Never
level.
turned anything down.
I'm still at that level.
And I don't, I don't look at it like, oh, I didn't get paid. I didn't play that shit.
No.
I played.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just a little advice from
I appreciate that,
me.
though. I appreciate that. Like, I mean, I dead ass like tuck my son in at night, and I say peace out to my girl. I grab my laptop and I go chill.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
don't be so down on yourself.
Marty, you
man.
doing what you gotta do, bro. Let me tell you, there's no other way.
Yeah.
I don't know another way. I don't know Vitali. I don't know. When's the last time we interviewed Vitali, man? We should get him a
I think we
mic.
should do that though one time.
This
Right?
guy.
I wanted to do a 60-minute with him, but that's gonna come in a long time.
Yeah, let me
I
know
want to
when
do a
it. Yo,
one-on-one.
Paul.
I
Yo,
got some.
Hey.
Oh, that's a pause. That's a pause.
'Cause let me tell you. This guy will have stories for you.
Yeah, he got
'cause
some.
just for me, just on my own journey and him, witnessing my shit, and me seeing his thing.
Pause.
He will have pause.
That's a pause.
He will have a lot of stuff on, because we kind of came up. He was around way longer than I have, but we had a mutual friend. We have a mutual friend that kind of put us through the ringer in a good way. To me, I'm appreciative for the guy. I mean, he would hit me, go to Japan for 3 months tomorrow, and I will go. For who knows I was getting paid or not.
Right.
So you got to do these things. It's basically comes down to what do you want. You know what I mean? You're in these rooms, like eventually people are gonna get used to you, and you're there on time. You're not like a drunk fuck up. So I mean,
Right.
you're gonna be all right. It's just put in the time, my bro.
No, I mean, I'm definitely
what I
big
mean?
on. You guys, Conan, I'm definitely big on.
And Conan
esta-
talks highly of you. I know.
Establishing those relationships with the
That's all.
staff,
Listen,
the home staff of the
and
clubs. You know.
I think we could all sit here and agree that it's not about how good you are as a DJ anymore. It's
I
all
suck,
about
bro.
relationships.
Jason, I
it's about
suck.
networking.
I suck,
I
bro.
was there the whole time. What's all good?
Jace, I suck, bro.
It's about networking and it's about relationships. So you're in the right spots, bro. So
To the point made earlier about politics and about how you got to take some gigs for free, and you mentioned a bunch of gigs for free. The politics of nightlife are like only known to us, and I think that we fail to see that as nightlife goers and nightlife workers. We think that everybody understands the politics, but they don't, and they don't see what happens in the back end. They see a flyer, they see you want it, and that's about it. Everything else is made to their assumption, it's made to their imagination, and some of these kid DJs, their imagination runs wild. You know how many times I see a headlining DJ on someone's flyer, and then I see the P&L, and I don't see a payout out there. I don't mention that on my show or anywhere, but this is a continuing, ongoing, and to our end on the promotional end, I do want to say this. Promoters, if you guys don't have a budget, don't book these guys. If you are thinking that you're going to make money based off their performance and then use that money to pay them, you're doing it wrong. And this is an ongoing issue where you're trying to put 2-3 big guys on a flyer and then expecting the party to make it X amount of money, and then because it doesn't, you can't pay the DJ. But y'all did your jobs.
Damn.
You showed up. You spun. You thought you were going to be busy, so you booked 3 of us. That's your fault. That's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? That's the perspective of the DJ. That
On the other side of that, I love how venues pay for that DJ when they know they're not going to bring anyone, or it's not going to be crazy packed or whatever, but they'll still pay to get that DJ to get the respect for the club. And I love, I see that a lot around the U.S. or even around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to get respect for your club, you got to book a certain amount of DJs that are respected.
Mm-hmm.
And
I completely agree with you that, and they look at the longevity of the actual existing party as opposed to that one night.
Exactly.
But when you're dealing with, let's say, not a corporate entity, it's gambling. It's gambling, man. I have an event July 20th, my yacht party. It's 12 o'clock during the day. I have Funk Flex, BeatBreaker. I have Funk Flex, BeatBreaker, and It's Elevate's birthday. Shout out to Elevate. Marty, I'm sure will jump on as well, right?
That was
Now-
one of the funnest events I've ever done.
Oh,
the
the yacht party
yacht
last
party
year?
last
In
year.
the middle of the fucking sea,
Yeah.
just getting drunk, DJing.
Oh wow.
Just
It's
the
a Miami
the
Sea, too.
atmosphere.
It's called the Bikini Yacht
The
Party.
bartender was bad at that
It's,
yacht
it's
party,
all
son.
bikinis only, and it's a huge gamble, bro. If it rains on me, what am I gonna do? My bar, it rained on me.
Oh, it was
what?
open, yeah.
Open, bro. Completely open.
Yeah.
Only daytime, open format yacht
You don't got like a
party.
rain date or something like
guy-
that?
Nothing. So
This
you,
guy
it's a
Jason
full
does
on gamble.
everything.
Out here.
It's a
out
full
here,
on
bro.
gamble, bro.
Even the equipment was a gamble.
Everything.
There was
Yeah,
no
we were
equipment when we
scrambling,
went.
No, we had to go get
We were
everything.
scrambling.
That
was-
was,
Let me ask you
That
this:
was awesome.
knowing that, right? Knowing that you did that last year, and that was the case. Why don't going into it, you set up yourself a deal where it's like, you got like a rain clause, or you're covered, or something like that. Knowing what you know from your previous experience.
So we
why
rolled
don't
over
you-
everything.
Why are you going to set yourself up?
So we rolled over everything, as you said. So like say we have flex, right? So I already gave the deposit. That's gonna roll over to whatever event aside from that.
I
But
didn't
aside
get
from
my
him,
deposit. No.
Oh,
I
man.
got him.
Damn.
You handled that, Madison.
Damn. BeatBreaker, bro.
I might
Kid.
have.
Damn.
Talk to Marty about music invoices. By the way, everybody at home, don't invoice me, invoice Marty.
Marty.
From now on.
Marty.
Well, it's been like that for like 3-4 months now. Yeah. He handles
DJ.
all the-
Soup, but now it's
Wait,
like,
Marty, it's Marty Rock, right?
yeah.
Fire. yeah, no, that's
I
fire.
hate you.
We gotta have Mel. on
Man,
the
I
show
love
for all
DJ
of
names, bro.
today.
Like,
We gotta
yeah,
have-
man. I love DJ names, man.
Let's change courses. If you guys can kill a genre, kill one now. Go.
Definitely. No, country rap. I hate it.
You hate country rap.
Country rap. I'm hating
I
this.
don't even think
new-
that's a. You just.
I'm hating this new mashup of a genre.
It's like 2 songs.
No, there's another one. They have a stupid dance for it.
Oh, I don't know about it.
It's not Lil Nas X. It's somebody else.
Cause we just dropped one too.
He just dropped the remix. He's like, yo,
Yeah, man, chill.
Dude, bro, why are you trying to shit on
Mel,
my
Mel,
Rodeo, bro.
Mel, you can,
Yo, go get that rodeo.
Mel, you can kill one genre, kill it.
It'd probably be funk disco.
Funk disco.
Funk disco.
Yeah, from, you know.
Shortcuts. You can kill one genre, kill it.
Mm.
You mean new disco?
I think it'd be
No, 1970.
Yeah, okay.
No, I think what's that shit that A-Track always kind of plays a
New
lot?
disco.
Nah,
This
like
guy, he doesn't even know the genre. He's so lit. This guy.
what's it called? You know I'm talking about the dubstep.
Dubstep. I hate dubstep too.
Yeah.
I don't like that
That's
shit.
a lot
That,
of noise.
that's
That's a good
Skrillex.
one.
shit.
Oh, you mean not to play?
Yeah.
not
What?
to
No.
play.
What
Oh.
genre can you kill? Like meaning like
Oh,
never.
murder. Oh no, cause I like disco. I mean, I thought you mean like
I was
murder.
surprised you said that.
I don't really like this.
Man, I can't really do dubstep, man.
Or bachata.
At all.
Yeah.
Nah, but I don't know, man. I don't know any bachata.
You got a good bachata set?
I do not.
My bachata set is like 11 years old and it still goes off.
Same.
I have no.
Still from Jersey.
Man.
We talk about different genres in nightlife, and he just mentioned that he can kill 11-minute bachata set. When do you get to a point in your career where you understand your strengths and ask other DJs for help, pending the strengths that you have? Meaning, I have my openers. They send me full Serato history every single week. I want to see your Serato history. I don't care if I'm in the room. If you're not in the room,
That's
send me your
gangsta.
Serato history. I'm gonna go through that shit. If I see something I don't like, that's gonna get snatched.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
That's
Why?
awesome.
Why?
You booking a DJ to DJ, man. Why? You're the
This
promoter.
guy, bro.
I don't do it. Ammo does it. Me and him sit down. I use my musical influences to help me navigate how to do my job. I cannot book DJs. I don't know music. I don't know what you guys are doing when you're scratching.
So then how you snatching songs out of a set?
Because I don't snatch the songs out of his set. I give that Serato history to a guy like Ammo, and he runs down through it, and he'll tell me which is good, which is bad. And then I do the same thing with Marty Rock.
DJ Ammo?
I do the same thing with Marty. When I get a DJ booking in New York City, if somebody wants to hit me up, I go to Marty. Who is this guy? Go to you. I go to him for everybody that's hitting
That
me
you
up.
don't know.
I go to Ammo for anything above. I go to you for anything political. I go, Joe, I have this opportunity, but it's gonna fuck this guy over. How am I gonna go do that? You give me the advice, and I go and use that in my daily life. If I want to get technical with something, I have somebody who's technical, who's about the man right there. If I see him watching a DJ up there and he's impressed and he's not moving, I know he's doing something right because he cares about the technical side. He don't care if you're wearing Off-White. He don't care if you're wearing Louis Vuitton shoes. It don't make a difference to him. He's washing your hands. So you got to use, as I'm telling you, that you have to go to him for Spanish music, and you got to go to him for edits. I'm telling you that I don't have all the right recipes. But right now, I have a grocery store that I can go shopping in and get those groceries together and make myself whatever I want to make myself.
See, you're thinking about your image and the party, and that's great.
Like the sound.
The
Like
sound.
his identity. The
There's
identity.
a criteria.
His identity.
Yeah.
Yo,
I like
can't
that.
front. That's kind
You're
of
not about to corner me in New Jersey in some DJ booth and get a
Send
bucket.
the Serato history.
I'm not even mad at him.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
You explained it
It's
a little
kinda
bit, and I'm
hard.
just like,
Coming from
all
the
right.
guy that scrolls through your history when he walks into the club.
Yeah, that's a different story, though. I want to know what you play.
Oh yeah, that's different. That's different. You don't want to play the same.
I don't want to
thing.
play the same record. You
Come on,
just play.
Marty
Let's
Rock.
talk about that. Do you guys think you guys should come an hour early to sets or not?
I
I do.
come an hour. I mean, I need to know what you played in the last half hour to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Fair.
I think that's fair, right?
That's amazing.
That's fair.
Okay.
30 to 45 around there.
I'll come in.
I text you all the time. Yo, he's burning this record. Yo,
Yeah.
he burnt that record. He burnt that record.
I mean, how many parties have you been to lately with me
You don't.
that you've seen the opener do with the opener, like the you know what I mean, with the burning going
Not
on?
you.
But it is
often.
what it is,
I'll
man.
do you one better. I don't
care
even have
anymore.
openers. How about
play
that?
the whole night.
I played the
So
whole
facts.
night.
What made you make that decision?
I just feel like I promised myself early I would do that. Just no matter how big I got, I would try to still do set my nights up. Not because I don't like openers, and I really don't care if they burn because it's
There's so
you
much
know,
music.
at this point.
It doesn't matter at this point.
At this point, it doesn't really.
I've been trying to be on that mentality the whole time.
Like
but
8 years
I
ago.
need an opener and closer now.
Like 8 years ago, I would have
Been tight.
I would have been tight just because it wasn't the same as there's a million records now.
Yeah.
It's all right. But I just like doing my whole night.
Mhm.
Just because it gives
It
me
sets
that
your whole-
feeling.
you
Yeah,
set the
yeah.
whole tone.
Yeah.
It gives me I can play what I want. It puts me in a different mood
Yeah.
as supposed to. But when there's an opener where I don't have a choice, like out of town or something, I try to get in 45 minutes before or
That's
something.
a solid time, 45 to 30.
Yeah.
I really don't appreciate it when the guys come in like 3 minutes before, 4 minutes before. Like, you know,
It's not professional, man.
No,
That's
it's not
diva.
about that.
It's
It's not
not
about that. Listen, I
professional,
get my
man.
budget isn't crazy, and I get you're going to double bookings,
Yeah.
and I get what you're doing. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, what bothers me is that you didn't care enough. Like, you didn't care enough. Like, there's a reason why we got one date in 4 months. That's why. That's why, bro. That's exactly why. Because you showed me that I'm only worth an hour, 2 hours of your time. How am I gonna now go take money out of my other people's pockets to put it in yours when you haven't even reciprocated that? You don't even want. You don't have the want to.
Right.
And it's Instagram. You understand? We have Instagram stories. Like, you guys don't think we're watching you. You don't think if you're not at my party, you don't think I'm on your Snapchat, I'm on your Instagram, seeing where you're at, what you're doing. Y'all out here sitting in the car for 45 minutes, hanging out, so you can make an entrance at my party. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your fucking mind?
The Jason experience. You
That's
fellas.
crazy to me, man. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, he texted me
Anyways,
all the time.
Industry Talk Unfiltered, episode 7, guys. Clap it up one time.
Now that you put it that way.
Yo, thank you.
Round
Thank you,
table. I gotta know how the bomb started. I gotta know how you created this idea that you took a sound effect and like made it into a brand.
To be honest,
That's number
I personally didn't create it, but
Just
There's-
dropping it all the time.
there's-
Where does that come from?
there's this guy from the label. His name is Mike Kaiser, and he still works. He was at Atlantic Records at the time, but now he's like responsible for like Cardi B, A Boogie. A guy gave me 15 sound effects, and I was playing with a different one every day. I didn't know the bomb was hot. He called me on that phone. He said, "Nigga, that bomb sound in this car sounds nuts." I said, "You think?" It could have been a scream sound. Whatever noise I only play that record when I like something.
Yeah.
So it just reflects my personality.
Yeah,
So
you
that
kinda give me a
just
stamp of
happens to be the
approval.
sound. But you see what I'm saying? Like,
no, that's just that ass in like song lyrics. Like,
Yeah.
shit so hot, Flex to drop a bomb on it.
Yeah, Davey
like,
just had a record, right?
Yeah,
Davies
yeah.
just
That
had a
ass like
record. He
like
just
rappers
said-
are now including it in their lyrics. Like,
but they know that if
It's
he
your-
li-
it's your shit.
but then if he plays
It's
the
your
bomb,
stand.
he's gonna spin it back and play it a couple times. So
Uh-huh.
it's a mentality.
New York City, you don't understand. That's my show. That ass.
People say the radio's dead.
Son,
It's not dead. It's
when
how
you
you
do
use
that
it.
shit, I feel like robbing a bodega, my nigga. Like that ass though.
Energy, I
When you
appreciate
do that shit, son. Yo,
See, the
I feel
bronze-
like punching
the
my girl in her
bronze
temples.
comes out of
son.
him every
When she in
time.
the passenger seat, like, hold that, yo.
We be in the car spazzing, man.
Facts,
Spazzing
though.
on the way to the
Facts.
club.
But I love it.
Fact.
You can't lose.